I make $1,200 a week selling cash secured puts and covered calls, and there was a lot of drama this week, and we're on vacation in Miami. I'm always asked why I don't sell cash secured puts, and I have a bunch of reasons which are in this playlist and the other covered call playlist that you can go and watch, but I figured high time to make a video on it because I had an opportunity where I wanted to actually sell some cash secured puts. But first, to recap, from the previous week in July, I still have QuantumScape at a loss, Enphase at a loss. Both of these I think are coming back, so I'm going to continue to hold them. SoundHound, the shares got assigned. It is the 8th. The shares were assigned for SoundHound. The shares were also assigned for Oscar Health. So I got back $31.50. I got back $41.49. This is money back in my account. I'm still obviously, I have about $17,000 tied up between these two that I don't have the access to, but I'm not selling at a loss. I think they're going to come back. The big one though was HIMS. And this is going to get a little bit complicated, so you might have to watch this video twice, save it for a period where you have a little bit more time to really study everything that's going on. I'm going to try to explain it as clearly as possible. HIMS had earnings coming out this week. That is extremely risky. Usually I don't touch earnings. I even said so in my last video. I don't touch earnings. However, HIMS was trading around $64 earlier on in the week. And I said, I think their earnings are going to be bad because of all the lawsuits and the Ozempic scandals and stuff with Eli Lilly and all the other stuff. So I said, I think their earnings are going to be bad. It's $64. I wouldn't mind buying it at $57 where I think it could go. So I'm going to hold $17,100 in cash in my account. And I bet that by August 8th, if their earnings are bad, HIMS will be 57 and I'll buy it at 57. The downside of cash secured puts is what you'll see. Even if HIMS is $51 by market close on the 8th, I am required to buy it at 57. Now, I had a couple of options. This you can obviously see is from the 6th at 10:30 in the morning where HIMS was around $52 a share. Option one was buy to close the contract, which would cost me $1,600, but I made $814 in premium, which means my net loss would have been around $786. And then I could have turned right around and purchased the 300 shares of HIMS at $52, which would have cost me $15,600. But when you add in the $1,600 that it would cost me to buy back, it would cost me $17,200. But if I just got assigned the shares on Friday, which is today, I'd be out $17,100. But I had another option, which was not discussed in the video, which was rolling the cash secured puts. And that's what I ended up doing yesterday, so on August 7th. So just to recap, I sold 3 cash secured puts with a strike price of 57. I was right, by the way. HIMS earnings came out, they weren't good, and the stock went from 65 to 57. But then the next day, a downgrade came out and it tanked the stock even lower. But I still walk away with the 817, and now I need to decide, what do I want to do here? Now, the first part, rolling an options contract, comes in 2 steps. One is to buy to close, so you're exiting the position. You're out of that position. And the second half of rolling the option is doing the same thing that you did the previous week. So selling another series of cash secured puts, just going 1 week further out. Unfortunately, we're traveling, so I didn't think in time to do this in the moment. I'm going to show you how to roll the options. Just ignore these dates and everything because it's already been done. So you're seeing different data. So just ignore the numbers. I'm just showing you the process. This is HIMS in my portfolio. I own 200 shares, and then I've got these cash secured puts. I click on that guy, and this little tab opens up. I hit roll selected. It then takes you to this page where it's telling you what it's doing. It is buying back to close this position, and then it's telling you, so we're rolling it, right? We're going another week out, and you then click on this one so you can see you're buying back, that's why it's green, and then you're selling new cash secured puts. And you click on this one right here, and this whole tab opens up so you can change your strike price. So you would just click on this and then scroll up and down on that wheel. There's something down below that says confirm, and then you hit okay, and that's how you do it. So yesterday on August 7th, I bought to close the 3 cash secured puts. It cost me $1,897. That was my loss. However, remember I made $814. And then the second part of this rolling strategy is to sell 3 more cash secured puts. Now these expire on August 15th, so next Friday. And I did something a little unusual here. I picked a strike price of 52. Usually with cash secured puts, you say, hey, it's 67, I want to buy it at a lower price. I'm saying, hey, it's 50, I'm willing to buy it at a higher price. That's unusual, but the premium is $985. And the reason that I did this is that I'm still bullish on HIMS, and I still think the stock will climb back up to maybe even over $52 next week, in which case I'm not obligated to buy it anymore. But let's say next week it's $51.50, then I would buy it at $52. So I'd be stepping into a small loss, but I don't mind. That's my strategy here. And the premium for doing this was $985. So first I made $814, that's up here. Then I lost $1897 to buy it back, but then I made $985. So the math is here. Made $814, lost $1897, which means I had a loss of $1,083 plus the $985 that I made from rolling it. So in essence, I lost $98 for all of this drama, which is pretty good because the alternative was, hold on a second, I was going to have to buy the stock at 57, even though it was 50 or 52 or whatever it ended up closing out, which is around $51, which would have cost me $17,000, and I would have been stepping into a loss because I'm buying it at 57, even though it's 52, 51. Not a great scenario. So a quick recap, I'm still in QuantumScape, I'm still in Enphase, SoundHound is gone, they got assigned, Oscar got assigned, and I rolled HIMS. All right, now I'm going to go back to the beach. See you later.